basically drawn some lines on there for you to see, okay? The right hand one is what we're looking for more. So a slight tilt in your shoulders. The fact that your right hand is lower than your left hand means that your right shoulder should in theory be lower than your left shoulder, isn't it? Unless this arm's going to bend and so on, it's going to be like all different positions, okay? All right, so you want a little bit of angle there, a little bit of lean with the sort of torso more towards your left foot, and the shaft then's that's going to create a bit of shaft lean. I can actually clear that out of the way there now. The shaft doesn't look that far forward, but because you're slightly behind the golf ball, it gives that impression of the shaft lean being a bit more forward to you, which helps then compress the golf ball better as you come down, okay? If we look at this one here now, you look very much levelled off, certainly with the hips, and again, just the vision of your sort of chest looks more that way, whereas that one now looks a bit more kind of towards target, yeah? So that sort of older position here now on the left-hand side, this is going to generally create pull shots, depending on how your hands work. And because, again, you're a skilled person when it comes to swinging that thing down the end there, if a ball's sort of going to the left there, you can make adjustments and say, okay, right, I'll do this. And that's the result of some sort of thinny, cutty, blocky, horrible shot. Okay? So what we're trying to do is try and reduce the amount of leg movement you have in the golf, okay? This was one of the first ones. It wasn't actually too bad, believe it or not. Okay, the left leg starts kicking a bit more for me there, okay, but the right leg staying on the ground. When the other one I had previously where the setup was better, the right leg was still sliding, okay? We want to try and get the sensation. For me, I would say your club should be able to swing at your age and flexibility to about here before your leg really does start moving. Okay, it wouldn't need to move, and your knee there is almost moving. Look at the sort of your Adidas logo on your joggers there. That's moving almost now. It will move, don't get me wrong, but it doesn't need to move that amount, okay? If you're moving that much, okay, that to me would be kind of your length of backswing with an 8 or a 7-iron, okay? With your leg probably more like that for a full backswing, okay? It's going from there to there. That's how much left leg motion I think you would actually need to get that club to the top of the backswing. So your legs again moving a little bit earlier, a bit more independent. I think for me, your symptoms are the angle of that. Your faults are created by what this does beneath your hips. Yes, so your hips sliding and your legs getting quite active causes your shoulders to get very tilted, which then gives you a steeper angle of attack. And if then the shoulders then get leveled off, and maybe when you're trying the ball lower, you might try and do this to try and get, I don't know, things happen for reasons obviously that we don't always know. So if we can get yourself in a slightly more that way kind of sort of sensation, a bit more underneath. Ball position is not going to change. Grip's going to feel a bit more deeper in the fingers, so we're not rolling it over, we're just taking it from here down there. If I grip a golf club here now, my grip's quite strong. If I do that, it can go over. I'm not moving my shoulder, I'm not doing this, it's just where you hold the golf club in your hands. And think about it in some ways, if you're holding your golf bag or like a briefcase or a shopping bag, you hold it in your fingers, so you wouldn't sort of grip your wrist under this. Bloody hell, after a while, wouldn't it? So, okay, so get those shoulders in that tilt there and get yourself in a position. So when you take the golf club back, your lower half now, you're sort of coiling into a sort of tight right hip pocket. Okay, get yourself at the top of the backswing here now, kind of here, and almost feel like almost a push and squeeze into the ground. You're doing that from here. So this leg's not the shin particularly is not really moving. My foot's not moving at all. I'm not sort of tensing up there, but I'm creating tension by this lower half sort of doing this and this. I'm not sort of going and getting that way. Because if you're doing that on a flat mat when it's fairly stable and balanced, you're on the golf course in windy, cold conditions on a slope, you're going to lose balance, aren't you? You're going to be out of balance more than you want to, okay? So get a better turn and curl there now. Your lower half, for me, doesn't want to be really going more than there. Your thigh, shall we say, doesn't want to point right at the golf ball, or left the golf ball, right as you look down, okay? Ideally speaking, it should be kind of, it should be more back there, kind of like that. Okay, mate?
Yeah.
Have a couple of swings just to finish off, okay? We'll just with the lower half being quieter. It does move, as we said before, it's not going to completely stop move, but I think setup-wise, you've got to feel a bit more left shoulder high, left hip high, a bit more underneath, and then that right leg now being a bit quieter, left leg now rotating quieter. So it will actually shorten your backswing to some extent, not in a bad way, but just tighten things up. I think what's happened over the last 2 or 3 weeks, you've got a bit loose and a bit, it's almost like your car needs sort of like a bit of a few screws to sort of tighten things up, yeah? And that's where sort of the inconsistency is coming from, because you're going a bit left and a bit right, so. Okay.